Hey, I just got back from lunch. Did you finish that report yet?
Well, not exactly. Still working on it. I'm not finished just yet. I got a little sidetracked, but I will get them to you first thing this afternoon.
It is first thing this afternoon.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I mean, I am working on it.
What do you mean that the report isn't finished yet?
I'm still in the process of working on it. I've just been a little distracted.
Distracted? Our meeting starts in an hour.
I can have it.
No. What were you doing? Were you listening to another hunting podcast again? I swear, I give the staff in this office the freedom to do whatever they want to do as long as they meet a deadline. That is the first bullet underneath your job description. Pays attention to detail and deadlines. And deadlines. With emphasis. Dude, are you even listening to me right now?
Alright guys, it's that time of year. You love it. It's almost turkey season. Time to break out YouTube and start practicing on the way to work. What's that? Oh, you need a new diaphragm call? Kyle Allen over at A&F Custom Calls has your back. For just $7 you can get either a competition or a Hunter Series call in Batwing, V-Cut, or Combo Cut. And if you tell him we sent you, by giving him code WDP20, you get free shipping. How can it be a deal like that? Head over to Facebook or Instagram, send him a message, Kyle will hook you up and help you put hooks on the ground. And remember, that's A&F Custom Calls. As always, a huge thanks to our OG sponsor, Williams Archery in Edinburgh, PA. Ron and Linda Williams, they are phenomenal people and they have the know-how to get you back in the woods. Bow tuning, hands-on shooting lessons, and a wide variety of products for you to choose from. Go check them out or give them a call at 724-667-9660. After you get your bow tuned, what do you need? You need the most bad-to-the-bone broadhead on the market. How about one that's made in America? By veterans. How can you get something better than made in America by veterans? Look no further than Veteran Innovative Products. Matt and Cindy Federer, they can get this thing in your hands and on your arrow, ready to rock. Just think about this. Flies like a field point, kills like a bazooka fired by a bald eagle with Ted Nugent playing Stranglehold in the background. Come on. Are you kidding me? Head over to Veteran Innovative Products, veteranip.com, and get some today. You won't be disappointed. Alright, get into the episode. Welcome to episode 59 of the Whitetail Distraction Podcast. My name's Austin, and join me in the Rack Shack because it's now the off season. Charles Hedlund, how you doing, buddy?
I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
It's the off season, dude.
I know.
Archery season's come and gone, and I have not filled my buck tag.
Well, what have you been up to?
Crying.
Crying? You're not allowed to cry.
No, I've been grinding, man. I've been after it. Just got back from Ohio.
Nice.
It was not a bust, but I'll tell you, I just listened to another podcast, and I think it makes a lot of sense what was happening out there.
Okay.
Just listen to the Quisto series podcast, episode 5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still on number 1.
Fresh. Just came out today.
Oh, man.
And, he talked about that period, post-rut, where the big bucks just kind of, they go and they lay low, and they don't really, they've already bred.
Yep.
They're worn out.
Yep.
They've been running their butts off, and they just go lay low, and they disappear for a little while.
Okay.
And everything they described to a T was my trip in Ohio. How bucks were just coming out general feeding.
Yeah.
Small bucks and
right.
doe. Doe were more grouped up
than
usual. And I didn't see any mature bucks cruising at all. We did see one of our guys saw a mature buck. Big boy.
Big guy.
Big boy.
Yeah.
He said it potentially came into a grunt call.
Okay.
But it hung up at like 60, 70 like the big boys do.
Yep.
When you don't have a decoy out. So, of course, all that made me do was go out and put a lot more effort in, going really deep on some ridges that I come to find with the decoy way back in, and my decoy pretty much fell apart on me. So Betsy Buck might be retired forever.
Oh, no.
I almost left her in the woods
to
die.
Don't do that.
But that's what I've been up to, man. Hunting, because unlike you, I didn't kill a buck yet, so I've been out there.
Well,
grinding my butt off. Got a new saddle.
I'm proud of you, kid.
Got a new saddle.
You did get a new saddle.
I've been using yours. You filled your tag, and I was like, let me Austin, let me jump in that saddle for a little bit.
Can I have that?
Hey man, can I drop like 20 pounds weight and hunt out of your saddle, please?
Yeah, there.
And you were kind enough to allow that, so
It's
I
all
appreciate
good, man.
that.
I got doe tags, but I filled one of those on the ground.
Yeah, what a maniac.
Dude, I'm telling you, I literally thought that deer was going to run me over. It was scary. I shot it in self-defense.
Could you imagine if you shot a deer and your arrow was like sticking out of it and it ran past you and like jabbed you with the arrow?
Oh my God, I wouldn't want the veteran to jab me.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that veteran broadhead. Well, then again, it wouldn't be sticking out because it's like through the deer on the other side in the ground somewhere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I guess that couldn't happen.
Dude,
it's not even
nuts.
possible.
Nuts. 2 yards.
Is that what you're thinking? 6 feet.
2 yards. From me to that bench, literally. And that might be farther than what I shot it at.
And
it wasn't me to you, it was in between you and that bench.
You never even found the arrow.
No, it blew through both shoulders and probably into the next county.
I think it went into like hyperspace.
It's just gone. It's gone.
It went through so fast it went into hyperspace.
Yeah, man.
It may still be going.
It might be.
It might be in orbit.
Who knows? Who knows?
Man. So I guess the momentum of today's episode will be recapping the season in full.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? I mean, we usually do this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we started this podcast right in hunting season, or just before. Well, just before the summer before.
The summer in August, I think.
After the season, we like to recap and maybe talk. This is going to be different for us, because both of us didn't feel a buck tag.
No, in archery.
We
still got a whole lot of a season left.
And I'm going into rifle season now for the first time in 3 years. Well, 4 years. With a buck tag.
Mm-hmm.
Last 3 years, I just nonchalant, went through the motion, had fun, pushing for guys, getting other guys deer.
Yep.
Still killing doe. This is going to be the first one where I'm excited. I get to use some beast tactics.
I agree.
With a gun in my hand.
Yeah, man.
That's going to be exciting.
It is going to be exciting.
And there are some toads still in the woods, man.
I agree.
Toads.
I agree. I haven't seen any of them. Because
Yeah.
I haven't really been out, but I agree. I know they're out there.
Oh, they're out there.
Yeah,
They're out there. I've seen some pictures. You hear the stories. Some of the run-ins that November gives you. But I don't know, man. Rifle season in Pennsylvania can be tough.
it can, man. But you know what? Things happen, and crazy things happen in rifle season that you don't know. You have no control of it.
Yeah, I mean, you could be...
The amount of pressure that we have, the amount of people out in the woods, deer are moving everywhere. You could shoot a deer from 6 neighboring properties over that you never even knew about because he's scared and he's on the run.
The real big deer that I saw, the real big buck I saw killed 5-6 years ago now up by my camp. That guy was hunting like 100 yards off the road.
Yeah.
Off the gravel road. And it was middle of the day.
Yep.
Someone bumped that deer past him. That deer was making escape out of a giant slash, and it walked right past when he shot it and killed him.
Dude.
Like that's the reality of Pennsylvania rifle season. That can happen just like that.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I love it.
Yeah.
It's kind of fueled the fire in me a little bit more for
Okay.
rifle season this year. I kind of lost that. Didn't lose it. But when I got into archery season, rifle obviously took a backseat.
Yep,
As
definitely.
you hear from a lot of people, it's so common.
Yeah. But no, I agree. It did with me, too. I mean, when I really got into archery hunting, I always tried to fill my tag in archery.
Right.
And at least save a doe tag for rifle season just for the camaraderie and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoy both of them. But I mean, bow hunting's my passion.
Yeah. I've always said if I could fill every tag in archery season every year and not hunt with my gun, I'd be perfectly okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, I like going out in gun season.
So do I.
Yeah.
I do like going out. And over the last couple of years with the boys, it's kind of brought back the fun a little bit for me.
Yeah, man.
Rather than just going out sitting on a stump and hoping something walks by.
Agreed.
So, but we're not alone today, are we?
We are not alone. I'm surprised they've stayed quiet this whole time.
Yeah. I heard some noise coming from this clown on my right. He's back again. I don't know who keeps inviting him back.
I see some little guy over here freaking giggling his face off.
This little giggler over here with that freaking hoodie on. Unbelievable.
Get that out of here.
That shit out of here. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. He stood me up. That guy stood me up.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, we got Forletta to my left, Tanner to my right. Gentlemen, what's going on?
What's happening?
What up?
Nothing. I mean, I'm sitting in the room with, a couple killers.
We're in the rack shack, man.
We are.
How do you beat it?
You can't. What do you mean?
You can't. In the rack shack.
There's a lot of racks in here tonight.
There are a lot of racks
There
in here
is.
tonight. There's some bone on the wall.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped to come in here and see all that.
it's coming together.
I wish you'd brought your bone with you, man.
Yeah,
have-
at the
I didn't
taxi.
have it.
Oh,
It's
you
at the
don't have it.
taxi.
It's at the taxi.
I could have brought the old one last year's.
You
But
should
that would
have brought
been
that too.
They should have told me.
It's all good.
You probably could still get it because I
Next
think a
time.
lot of times they'll just skull cap them out anyways. They'll cut it out,
Yeah.
and your rack just sits there
Yeah.
until they're ready, till the tannery and stuff all gets done. Yeah, I know.
I'm sad. Way to go.
I know.
Way to go.
When I dropped mine off and it was a long wait, in the garage there was like 15 other racks just sitting there, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna miss you, buddy.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm looking at that long wait buck.
There he is. The hot wire buck is in the rack shack tonight.
Wow.
We
Look at
named
that
him
character on the throat.
We named him after the fact.
Oh, man.
Actually, I've been watching this deer for 6 years. I got 15 sheds of him. He's a 4-year-old. I got 15 sheds of him. He's a real gooder. Yeah, we did have history with this deer.
Yeah.
Forletta saw him in early season.
First buck I saw in archery. Well, yeah.
Yeah. What a first buck to see.
Seriously,
Well, did you see the 4-point first, or did you see him first?
I did see the 4-point.
Yeah.
Well,
He caught my attention. I'm like,
we won't
what is
think about that
behind
4
it?
point.
Yeah.
It was a doe.
A little forky.
It looked like a doe next to him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I couldn't imagine. He had all his points then, too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he had his stickers and kickers.
Well, I got a question for all of you
Mm.
right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're reminiscing about your buck.
Sorry, I blew him a kiss.
It's okay. I saw that. That was cute. But overall, for the season, how did you guys feel? How was your season? Did you guys have expectations that you met? Were you disappointed by your season? Did you see the deer that you thought you were going to see?
Why don't we start with a low and work our way around to the high?
I'll go
What do
to
you
low.
think?
I'll
You want to start at the
yeah.
low? Because, and you can explain your season a little bit too, and everything. Just get into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Fo. Start with the low.
I didn't really come in with the highest expectations, honestly, because of work. I actually had more time than I thought I was going to. I thought I was only going to have a couple sits. Last year I had 3 sits. A lot more successful, but nature of the beast.
It happened.
Yeah, I didn't get to go up first weekend this year because last year I went up the mountains and always see deer up there. It's always a good way to start the season seeing stuff. I don't even know if I went out opening day here. I think I was working.
Well, that's not cool, man.
Yeah,
Opening day?
yeah, archery.
I don't know. I mean, you were not up to camp opening
Yeah,
day.
I know.
You came in late. Did you not come in late for whatever reason? Did you come and hunt the afternoon? Maybe I'm thinking of a weekend.
Yeah,
instead.
that was a separate weekend.
Yeah, I remember you coming
Yeah.
up there at one point when we were all up there.
But yeah, I started out the season pretty slow. I didn't really see anything the first sit. I went out to a property I haven't been to in a couple years, and I just, I went in late, didn't really see anything, and then I did go to one of our favorite spots where Charles shot hot wire.
Old hot wire.
Old hot
Oh,
wire.
hot wire.
Me and you had a couple sits.
Yeah. Where'd we go?
We went to a river
Oh, yeah.
crossing.
Yeah, we kayaked.
We used the
Kayaked
yaks.
in.
We did a yak adventure, and then
Saw
Always wanted
a
to do
lot of
that.
sign. We
We
did
saw-
see a lot of sign. I was
we saw a
disappointed.
ton of sign. I couldn't believe we didn't see deer. I was texting you,
I've
And
always
Wayne.
wanted to do that.
and you guys were like seeing all kinds of deer. I texted you guys were like, "Yeah, we saw 3 bucks so far, and like 19 does." And I'm like, "We haven't seen shit. We're
And
just
it was
freezing our butts
Dude,
off."
that was a
Yeah.
frigid morning.
It was cold.
We
What day
we
was
had
that?
really high expectations.
Yeah,
It was
When was that?
it was like one of the first really
that
really
was
cold
probably
days.
the second weekend. Probably.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Right
This-
after rain.
This
Yeah.
whole season was
Weird.
unreal in
Weird.
weather. Like,
It was.
Yeah.
amazing.
I haven't been archery hunting long, but that was the best one I've had so
Yeah.
far.
Best
Weather was
archery
cold.
weather I've ever been a part of. If this is what global warming is,
Bring
I
it
will
on.
take more of it, please.
Yeah, right?
Oh god,
Because this year was amazing, dude. Like, just unbelievable.
it was unbelievable.
I mean, I did end up seeing a lot of deer, but unfortunately there was a lot of spikes that were like
Yeah.
10 yards away, a couple 4
Of
points.
course.
Yeah.
And then, long story short, my phone messed up, but I had to send it back for recall. Charles usually sends out a text about the mountain tags. I
Yeah.
missed it.
Yeah.
Never got a doe tag.
He didn't send me one. I still got him.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I'll buy an iPhone. Sorry.
Yeah. So I was up the mountains. This was late season. It was prime time. I had a doe, knowing I couldn't shoot one, probably fed around me for about an hour and a half at 25 yards away.
I remember getting that snap.
Yeah.
Wish I had a DMAP tag.
Yeah, I was actually kind of mad about that for a while, but I'm like, you know what? That's a live decoy.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. And I learned a valuable lesson that day. Last light, I watched them. There was 2 doe. They fed off. I hear all this blowing behind me, probably last 20 minutes or so of light. And I'm locked in. I'm looking behind me for 10 minutes. There's no lanes. Can't shoot behind me at all. And finally, as it's getting a little bit darker, I turn around. There's a deer standing where that doe was. I'm like, looks a little bit bigger, you know. Get my binos up. It's walking at me pretty aggressively. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a buck. C-rack. And I made it legal as it's with closing 20 yards at me, straight ahead, and it turns real quick. And at this point, I do have my bow in my left hand. I'm glassing my right. And by the time I actually got to pull back and draw up, he was just walking away from me. And it was public land. I was pretty pumped to see him, and never got the opportunity. And that was pretty much the end of my hunting.
That's
day.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So in the back of your mind, you're sitting there going, dude looks like a lady.
Yeah. And you know what your dad
And then
said?
it's
He's like, yeah, well, lesson learned. You don't focus on the deer you can't shoot. The one behind me blowing, look in your lanes. And sure enough, if I'd have seen that deer earlier, I could have ID'd it, but live and learn.
It happens, man.
You know, it's funny, but that happens a lot in archery. Minuscule details can separate you from killing and not killing.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly what happened.
Yep.
At least a shot opportunity would have happened.
Yeah.
Would have happened if I was paying attention.
Yep.
That's a shame. At least you had an opportunity.
Yep.
I'll go.
It was cool to see something legal and in range.
Yeah, man. That's better than what I had going on. I did not see a buck I wanted to put my tag on the entire season within 70 yards, and that was one deer I saw. Got to about 70 yards.
You had that cool encounter with that one though in front of your stand.
I did.
That kind of fired me up a little bit when you showed me the video.
Dude, that was a really cool hunt. I was literally just climbing a spot where nobody in their right mind would ever look there and go, I want to hunt here. You know, it was a pine tree.
It was
like
an observation site, wasn't it?
It was, technically. I was going to climb all the way across the field in one of these aspens that are just bone dry. And I didn't have the saddle at the time. I was still rocking my XOP setup. And I'm like, the wind's blowing right the wrong way. And I'm like, I'm going to set up in this tree. I see deer here all the time. Like, they come around this corner. There's always scrapes on this edge. And there's not really anything there yet. I said, this could be the night they come in and make something. You could tell they started, but I sat in that pine tree and that deer walked literally right underneath me. And I was 10 feet in the air, maybe. I was 2 sticks up.
That's the best.
Yeah. And that's what's so cool about it. You know, that deer saw me. He looked up and saw me, and he still didn't spook. He bounded like twice.
That's pretty early.
15 yards. It was middle of October.
Yeah.
Maybe middle of October. That buck come out. And he wasn't a bad deer.
No.
A lot of people would call me crazy and have called me crazy for passing that deer, but man, he was young. Like super, super young. The genetics out there, you got to understand the property out there. The genetics are insane, and it's a property that produces really good bucks every year. Mm-hmm. You shoot a deer like that every year, you're not going to get an opportunity at a really good buck every year.
Is this the one where Joe
literally passed that same buck the very next night on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
He filmed it go walk right in front of him at 15 yards. And guess what? He had a shot at a really, really nice buck 2 weeks later on that same property.
Yeah.
That's
because
what you need,
he passed that deer.
You need to. You need to.
And for me, I haven't killed a lot of deer, especially with I haven't killed a lot of bucks. Not with my bow. I've killed 4 bucks with my bow. I could have easily taken that deer, but when I saw it, it didn't get me fired up.
Right.
I didn't say, hey, I need to kill this thing. Oh, my God, this is a nice buck. I don't want to shoot it. It didn't get me fired up. It would have been my smallest, buck with a bow. And not saying that matters, but to me at that time, I'm not going to just kill a deer to put a tag on it.
Right.
And that's how I felt.
That's how a lot of people in Pennsylvania are, though.
Yeah.
I
felt
get
better.
Arguments all the time about it.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you. And I felt better about just filming him. That was a cooler experience to me, was just filming that deer and watching him and how he went right underneath me.
It was a cool video.
It was such a cool experience. And that meant more to me than killing that deer. And don't get me wrong, I had my release after a while on on the D loop.
You gotta fight off the demon.
Dude, he pranced around me for half an hour in every 15-yard lane I had.
Everyone knows Charles gets a little demon in him. And
The demon,
Oh, yeah.
it creeps up your spine, and it's like...
It grabs a hold of you like a puppet.
Dude, if I wasn't wearing scent lock, he would have just popped right out and just grabbed me. But on my scent lock, keeping them in base layers.
Keeping them in.
But I mean, other than that, I've probably talked about my season enough on here. It was a really good year. I saw so many deer. I had 7 shot opportunities in the first 10 days of archery season.
That deserves a high five.
I don't know.
Okay, never
the
mind.
success rate wasn't there.
It's okay. I mean, you still had a good season.
I'll still give the high five.
A good season's a good season, dude.
Yeah, you
don't
still
have to still have a good season.
You still put some meat in the freezer.
I
Yeah.
put meat in the freezer, got 2 doe. I think expectations when we talked about that at the beginning, one of these episodes before the season, was 2 doe and a buck. That's
Yeah.
what I look for every year
Absolutely.
in archery season.
Yeah.
I didn't fill my buck tag, but like I said, I'm looking forward to rifle
You
season.
got a lot of
And-
time.
Yeah, and then even late season with some
Flintlock
standing
and-
corn still up.
Oh, yeah.
It's everywhere.
Boy.
I've been seeing a lot.
Yeah,
A
everywhere.
lot.
Yeah.
I think it's actually the reason why one of my properties went so dead ice cold is because my farmer cut all of his corn and the neighbor has a freaking 50 to 100 acre corn.
You got to think,
Still
too,
standing.
we
Yeah.
didn't have white oaks this year.
We did not.
A lot of my spots that are typically really good all year, 0 white oaks this year, a few red oaks, no food source. The deer
You
just
know
weren't
what was
there.
good this year though? Was apples.
Apples were insane.
See,
I
this
was-
year.
I didn't see it.
Dude, I was hunting this property. It was early November, and the trees were still full of red apples.
I shot him hunting apples.
Yeah, full of apples.
See, Danielle has some in the backyard, and we didn't have that many. It wasn't. They're the green, the smaller green.
Yeah.
So it could be a difference in the tree, but
It could be. It could
the
be.
pears did good.
Yeah.
There's a pear tree in the yard too. That did really well. That was
Yeah.
Deer
Deer
love
like
them
pears,
too,
too.
man.
they were there almost
They do.
every night. but-
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did find that I finally went in a little deeper on that property and found that there is like a 10 apple tree orchard, like old orchard in the middle of bedding on the neighbor's property. And I'm
Unfortunately,
like,
we saw that a couple times too late.
a couple times too late because all those deer would come out late. Like,
Yeah.
really late. And I'm like, well, no wonder. They stood up, they chomped on apples, they got bored of the apples, and they were coming out into the field
Yeah.
to say what's up to one another, and then they were going off to the neighbors to chew on corn.
Yeah.
Like they had it made, and then whatever.
It happened.
Hey,
Yeah.
How was your season?
did you have a good season?
Oh, it was a great season.
I hate you so bad. Let me add how much I hate you because Austin mentioned it. You and Lane made me want to punch you both in the face repetitively. Like this you should have been in our
deer that you guys saw was sickening.
It is.
ridiculous.
It was.
Like the
Honestly.
text messages in that group message. I wanted to leave. the
I'd be
group
like,
message.
yeah, I saw a doe, and every time you guys were like, dude, we saw $8. I'm like,
Yeah, like,
oh my god.
I'm still at work. I'm not even in stand yet. Like, oh my god, it's crazy. We're seeing $15.
So it was a crazy year, and it started from
Great
the
there,
second
buddy.
day.
Yeah.
Second day, Danielle shot her 9-point, and since then it's just been.
It didn't really slow down.
It never. It
Yeah.
got better.
it got better.
Insane. I mean, we saw probably 4 times the amount of buck than we did doe, which is just unheard of
It's a
for me.
good problem to have.
Yeah, it is a good
Yeah.
problem to have.
And you know what? The best part about it is like years past when I first started doing it, which was only 4 years ago, but never really saw big deer. It was
Yeah.
just always like the spikes and the 4 points, and they'd come and they'd brush along the ladder stand or whatever stand I was in, and then that was it. And I'm like, oh, wow, this got to get better somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year got a little bit better, just never got any shots because of the standing corn. But you could see him walking in. But this year,
Isn't it crazy just like how well managed property can make such a big difference?
yes.
It's unreal.
It's and that's the big argument I get in with people is people are, if it's brown, it's down. If it's legal, I'm shooting at it. Why though?
Yeah.
And I actually got into it was a good conversation with one of the guys I work with who actually agreed with me, which was nice, about the restrictions that we have on our antlers here, around here even.
Yeah.
Has made the deer grow so much more than what it used to be.
Immensely.
Dude,
You can see the
now,
difference.
and you have to legitimately now shoot a racked buck if you want to fill your tag.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Before point restrictions,
Spikes
Oh,
were legal,
spikes.
man.
dude, everyone
yeah.
was looking. I was when I saw 4-point.
It was literally, if it's brown, it's down. At that point,
It was.
Dude,
You
I
didn't have
remember
to
back
think.
in the day, rifle season, seeing the meat pool. Full
Oh,
of
Oh,
dudes.
yeah.
Dudes
absolutely.
just crazy happy that they filled their buck tags, and it was like Spike, Forky. And if someone shot a
Yep.
giant,
It was
it was
just
a
like,
little
oh.
basket 6-point. It was a
Yeah.
giant, dude.
yep. I was just talking to my uncle 2 days ago, and we were talking about going up the mountains, for rifle and whatnot, and we were talking about how the meat pool hasn't seen meat in a long time, and we think it's been 10 years.
wow.
No kidding.
10
Oh,
years.
man.
What part?
What?
What part? Where's your camp? You got a camp up there?
Brookston by
Oh.
Sheffield, and it said
Sheffield,
like
okay.
Sheffield,
Sheffield's a good
Marysville, and
area.
that.
Good
It's
area.
tons and tons of deer, but camp, I swear to God, they're ghosts.
There's an issue with our rifle season and where it lays because it comes in after bear season and
That's a big
everything
bear
else,
area up there.
dude. And it's huge up
It's
there.
the bear area.
And
Yeah,
people don't
honestly.
realize, even though they're not hunting deer, you're still putting an
The
immense
pressure,
amount of
yeah.
pressure in the woods.
Any kind of gunshot up there is like, uh-oh, here it comes.
Yeah.
They know. They're not stupid.
They're not. They really adapt very quickly, and that's why they survive, and they're so good at surviving. Our camp, it took us years to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you cannot hunt the same spots that you hunt in archery and see a ton of deer
Right?
in rifle.
Mm-mm.
That shit just doesn't work. You
Right.
got to get deep, and you got to get nasty. You got to get in some nasty areas
Right.
or where people just don't go. Like, behind our camp is one of the better spots in rifle season because people don't go push behind your camp for bear.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not walking all through there. But they are in the surrounding areas, and all the deer kind of get herded in one area.
Right.
You find that spot, like we did a few years ago, dude, you'll see so many deer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I personally kicked, I think, like 12 deer and bear last weekend.
Yeah.
You think they're not all going to be there?
No, think
Right,
about
right,
that. You
right.
know,
And that's just what you saw.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If they see you and you bump them out, they're gone.
Yeah.
If they don't see you, they just hear you, they might come back eventually.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It depends on kind of what the problem with up the mountains is.
it's so big.
It's so big. Like, you kick a deer out around here on a 40-acre lot, and
Mhm.
you're in his prime bedding area. He's coming back.
He'll come back. It might
because
take a day
that's
or
his
2
own.
or
That's
3
his
days.
best
but,
spot.
Right.
You go up the mountains and you kick a buck out of his bedding area. He's got 80,000 acres more of bedding area.
Oh, yeah.
He just goes
You literally
to the next one over.
Absolutely.
You push the deer from your valley that you're hunting over to the next one, and you'll never see that deer again. Ever.
Potentially, yeah. It
In rifle season.
and I don't
Archery
want to
season
say
might be
yeah,
different,
yeah,
but you know.
yeah. Rifle season's tough because you bump that deer. The problem is you bump the deer. The next guy on the next ridge over bumps that deer farther.
Mm-hmm.
The next guy bumps the deer a little farther, and this is not an
If
exaggeration.
it doesn't get shot on the next
If it
ridge.
doesn't get
yeah.
shot already, yeah.
Right.
You know, that deer just keeps getting bumped deeper and deeper back until he finally finds an area that he's comfortable with that he's not getting shot at anymore.
And he don't know there ain't nobody going back there.
Right.
That's how far he gets, and that's
Except
like
for
miles.
me.
Right. And that's what I'm hopefully I'm gonna do. Try and talk these guys into, at least some of them, the younger guys. When we go up to camp this weekend, I'm going to be able to go after work on Friday, push Saturday, and come home. But I want to go and walk and just walk, and then push back towards them. It's just going to be me, but I mean,
Just walking a big zigzag, man.
that's what I'm
Or-
going to do. But I want to get them because we
Coming
kind of hone in on real close to the camp, not like super close. We kind of venture out in different
Yeah.
spots every once in a while for rifle, but like
Get
We kinda
real
hone
stinky.
in.
Get real stinky. And then get
and just
upwind
Go work
from
out
that.
Yep.
first. And
And
then
just
go.
use the wind
Get
for the-
upwind, and
yep.
you literally can bump that whole area out by
Wind
yourself
bump,
with the wind.
Yep.
You know, that's a good technique.
That's not hard for me to do.
Yeah, with fewer people to do is instead of trying to bump them by
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna lie to you, I've walked past deer and I've seen people walk past deer
Yeah.
at like
Oh no,
40
I,
yards.
When you
Yeah,
get
I've
past
done
them, they
it.
get up and go.
Yeah,
they go the other direction.
hmm I've done it too.
Like how many times when you're lagging behind in a push
and you see
and you, all of a
circle
sudden you
around.
see this deer circle the guy out in front of you because he's moving too quick and he's making too much noise.
hmm
You're going in quiet and stealthy and you're trying to just do a soft push
Yep.
and that deer comes right to you and you shoot it, kill
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Happens all the
all the
time.
time.
And that's why I told Forletta, he texted me, he wants to do some pushes and stuff up the camp. And I'm like, from our experience up there, the pushing is very difficult
It is.
because it's so big. I mean, it's so big that we don't have enough guys. We're We're not Amish.
Right.
Okay? We don't have pots and pans. We don't have enough guys to push these big areas out. We just don't. There's a couple, and they've worked, and especially muzzleloader.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, in rifle season, it's like
You
got
can do the small flats.
You got a slash that's 1,000 yards wide.
Yeah.
With 3 guys pushing. How do you push that?
Right.
Dude, I'm going to push this year.
Just get lucky.
I'm going to get my underwear, orange vest,
Bibs.
cowboy boots. I'm going to run through the woods like a crazy person. Ah!
I have an orange hard hat for you. You can wear it.
I love it.
I've been talking about wearing the orange hard hat and putting a GoPro on it.
Austin has some
Pushing.
assless chaps too.
I have some assless chaps. So
Oh
I'll wear
my
those.
god.
Needs to happen.
Oh, God.
So, anyways, I'm sorry. I don't even think we talked about your archery season yet. Have we? We haven't even gotten into it. We're just
dabbled.
jealous.
We dabbled.
Take us home. So you've been having an amazing season.
Amazing.
You're seeing ton of deer.
Unreal. Every time we've gotten a tree, we've seen a deer, a legal deer, not necessarily something that we wanted to shoot at the time,
Yeah.
but legal, and a few of them. Very few doe we actually, in the spots that we were hunting, that we seen. In the distance, maybe. The one day was unbelievable. One little 8-point pushed probably, I'd say, at least 12 doe.
That's crazy.
Literally all around. They were literally running for their lives
Just herding
around our stand. And we're like, oh my God, what are we doing? What is going on right now? It sounded
Yeah.
like a stampede. And then there's them, they're running, and then another batch comes out. And we're like, what is going on? And this is like, it was early. It was probably 8:30, 9 o'clock or so. But I mean,
That makes for a good sit.
yeah, I mean, it was freezing cold, and it's like that warms you up quick. And
Yeah, yeah.
Lane goes, "Oh, there's a buck. It's legal. Shoot her." And I'm like, "Where?" I'm looking at every deer. I'm trying to find. I'm freaking out because there's literally 15 deer running circles all over the place. And I finally found it, and I got my bow. I drew back, and I decided I didn't want to take a shot at it. It's not the one that I was feeling, so let it down, and then they finally dispersed and whatnot, and we didn't see anything for a while, and then we went to a different spot. I think that was the day I shot my doe. I shot a doe. We went to a different spot, just nothing but a thicket, and I shot a doe. But I mean, it just
Killing a doe, though, man. That's
I don't understand.
confidence boosting.
Oh my God! Well, especially what happened
Yeah.
earlier when I hit the big one, the one that we were actually after, and hit him high, and he's okay. He said
That was a good one.
he said you're nothing to me.
Yeah.
And actually, the night we got him on trail camera, the night before I shot my buck, he was back on the property checking, going past the scrapes and the cameras.
So he
I'm
was
like,
acting completely normal.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Nighttime activity, but he
he's
was
healed
back.
up really, really good, and he was back on that side of the property.
That's a good feeling, though.
yeah.
Oh.
I'm just
Yeah.
see out there. It's just weird. Too many people spot at night, and we got some bad thoughts on one of the bigger buck that Lane's main hit list buck. We haven't seen him since like we first saw him, and we're thinking that the worst happened to him.
Yeah.
So we're hoping not,
yeah.
but we'll see. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it'll be interesting to see what the trail cameras show.
Yeah.
If he shows
I
back
mean, we
up
got-
after the season.
I
or-
gave him all my trail cameras. He has 900. So I mean, that property's decked out with cameras.
Yeah.
So,
That's pretty awesome, though.
but yeah, I mean, there was probably, if I were to guess, we probably had close to 30 different legal buck on camera, and it's just like you get your pick, and then you actually get to see these deer on the camera, and then you see them walk past you, and you're like, oh, I know, and we'll pull the picture up and be like,
different, ain't it?
That's it. And it's just like, golly, and then
Yeah.
some will come up, and then you'll never see them, but then there they are, and then they disappear again, and it's just like, man, I don't think this year's going to be a tough year to beat deer wise.
Dude, it's gonna be a real hard. I mean, overall for you.
Yeah, it's going to be a really hard year to beat.
Shit, second day of the season.
Yeah, on the
Danielle
ground.
shoots a giant buck
on the ground too.
From
That was
the
best
ground.
part. It was so cool.
like on film. Unbelievable. You go through a whole season seeing just buck after buck. I mean, insane early rutting behavior, all kinds of aggressive behavior.
Oh, it was insane.
You know, you get an opportunity at an absolute freak
Yeah,
buck
Makes
of a
me sick.
lifetime, and it will. But He's only gonna get bigger next year.
I know. I'm just hoping that he makes it and he don't venture. I want him to stay in the thicket and not move. Do not move.
Stay here. Stay as long as you can. For the love of God.
Right. Yeah. It's just because
man.
now
He might do that though.
I hope so.
Especially since you wounded him and he's back and healthy again, but he kind of might have sat out a little part of that rut and he may just lay low for the rest of the year.
The coolest part, I think, about that deer, and if he makes it, we think, after looking at the recent pictures that we got of him recently, towards the end of the season, he doesn't look that old.
I agree 100%. I was going to say the same thing.
He looks,
He might be a 3.5-year-old deer.
3.5 at the oldest.
I can agree. And
his neck, even in the rut, like
his characteristics don't even show that of an aged buck. He's a freak, antler-wise,
big deer,
but he's got room for growth.
Oh my God, it's insane!
And could you
It's
imagine?
insane.
Like
I
if
can't
those
wait.
splits.
I'm praying to God that
Redemption.
I get to see
Redemption 2020.
I want this story to continue,
Yeah.
even if it's not next year. I hope that because it'll be insane.
We could have our first Iowa-style buck story from
Oh, man.
Pennsylvania that
Honestly,
we've ever had on
that
the
would
podcast.
be so cool.
That would be
be
awesome.
so cool. But here's the thing:
Yeah.
that was Lane's buck. I would, and then he was ready. I was on the camera when he was coming in. Lane had his bow, and he was like, "No, you shoot it." I'm like, "Oh shoot, man! What are you doing? Don't just throw it on me like that." But
He fed you to the dogs.
I mean,
dude.
it was just like he's that kind of person, though.
I couldn't imagine.
He had his mindset on the one deer that we saw that was just
Yep.
we named him King Kong, and I hope that he's still around.
Yep.
And if that deer shows up again and he gets a shot at it, whoa, dude!
Oh man.
Like
Yeah.
I can't even describe it. It's like that crazy to me.
Well, it's funny. I've seen the deer that you shot,
Mhm.
and you described this other deer like with a lot more excitement.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what is this thing?
I mean, this thing's is just like he's old. You can tell that he's old. He was thick even before he was rutting. I mean, his neck, shoulder. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
His belly was drooping. His
Belly
back was
droop,
sagging
yeah.
down a little bit, and it was just like
did you ever get to see that buck
I
on
did.
the hoof? You did.
I did.
That's right.
Yeah, me and Lane actually were the ones that seen him. We saw him 2 nights, 2 nights in a row. Mm-hmm.
That was early too.
And he was the thing that scares us the most is he was so close to the road both times.
Anything's possible too.
And that's like I don't want to think that way, but
well,
and there's a lot of room for them to run. So I'm not saying that
there's a
I don't
new
want to
story.
use the poaching word, but
Well, there's a new story in the freaking news every week.
Yeah.
It's happening.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
all around us, and
Yep.
I wouldn't put it past some moron to do something like that.
And
But
it's-
why?
Right.
Why?
Mhm.
What is your story?
right.
You kill a buck of a lifetime, and your story is, yep, got out the middle of the night, threw the spotlight on him, and shot him with my gun in the middle of archery season.
They'll make something up.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
your
they'll-
story?
Yeah, they would just make up some. Oh, we were up the mountains.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
Make up some crazy excuse, but I don't know.
That infuriates me a
I
little
know.
bit.
It's just thinking about it.
we don't know. Obviously,
No,
we don't know what happened.
We don't know, and there's a lot of room for them to run out there. There's the one patch of woods is like huge,
Yeah.
like way.
Any
beyond our
neighboring
reach.
properties that you're worried about people killing?
No, I don't think as much. Mm-mm.
That
I mean,
deer
there's
was
people.
there
I'm sure
early.
there's people that. Well, we know there's people that hunt the surrounding
Yeah.
property, but I don't think that they're the ones that we have venture over there much.
Yeah.
So, because
It depends.
I think what's on this property holds the deer very, very well. They might venture out, obviously, in the rut and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
but as an off-season type deal, I think that this property holds them pretty tight.
Yeah. I guess time will
Hopefully.
tell, man.
Yeah, hopefully that's what I'm hoping.
Time will tell.
Time
And then,
will tell.
and then you say you saw a big deer, you shot a buck. You
Shot
know,
a
it was
good buck,
rough.
man.
Yeah,
First
Yeah,
buck with a
first
bow?
archery, first archery buck. Yep.
What happened there?
Killer, dude.
You shot a buck, man.
Shot a buck, man. I shot a buck.
He killed him dead.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I got off work at 7 a.m. Lane was already up in the tree. Kind of had it planned out to where, when I get there, just give him a holler and make sure that he's good to go and there's no deer in front of him. And service isn't really good, so I don't know if he got it or not, but I walked down anyway. And,
You did not get the okay, but you're a little anxious.
He knew I was there, but he never said anything, so we were good to go. But I walked down to the tree, climbed the tree, and he showed me some footage from the morning that he was involved in with the buck that he drew back on, and it ended up spooking or whatever. But I probably wasn't there for half an hour and spotted the one that I shot walking right at us, 150-ish yards or so. I said to Lane, I hit him in the leg and was like, dude, there's a deer coming. He's like, where? And it was far. I only saw the legs in the belly through the brush, and kept coming like perfect angle. And he kept, like, I was trying to point out to Lane different landmarks on the trees, like, all right, that tree with the leaves, the orange leaves, he's right there. I don't see it. And I'm trying, and he finally gets to about 30 yards, and Lane finally sees him. And the way
30 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he was literally right there. And he grabbed his bow, and I was going for the camera, and then the deer turned to come more in front of me. So we switched. I grabbed my bow, and he's 30 yards walking right at us, and we're jumping in the trees and making all this ruckus and
Yeah,
stuff.
but you're 92 feet up in the air.
He saw us. He looked right at us, I think, 2 times.
Yeah,
at least
he thought
2
you were
times.
squirrels.
Probably.
You were that high in the sky.
Skyscrapers, dude. Yeah, it's pretty scary up there. I'm not gonna lie. It's scary.
How high were you?
Dude, they get high.
I think he got. I don't know, but I just see him and I climb to him. So he said like right in between, probably 30 and 35.
Ooh,
That's up there,
high.
dude.
That's high.
That is up there.
But I mean, I guess when you're filming, it's
I don't even
less-
have bow ropes
less
that
fun
long.
to get seen.
I don't have
Yeah,
a bow rope
I
that
think
long.
that's.
Yeah, yours
I
is
think
short.
that's what's nice.
Mine's 20 foot. That's how I know I'm at 20 foot.
Okay, but
if I want to go higher,
that makes
I
sense.
just go higher. But that's when I get
Because
there.
I was
know it's
lifting my
20 foot.
backpack in the air a couple times out in Ohio.
Yeah, it's exactly 20 foot.
Okay. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
mine's super long, so I don't even know what it's for.
Mine's
but I
like
use it.
25, 30 feet just
I
because.
cut mine so that I knew that, so I knew I was at 20
You
foot.
need a new bow rope, by the way. That thing sucks.
Well, you know what?
It gets all knotted and twisted. If
That's
you
how
notice
mine
that,
is.
it gets
Is
very.
it super skinny?
No, mine's real rigid.
Oh,
Yeah.
mine's like this. It's like a freaking shoelace.
Oh no,
It's
no.
I'm on the
It's
tree.
not
I'm
a bad
like,
bow rope. It just gets so, and I think maybe because of the way it's tied on, I don't know, but it gets so
Probably.
twisted,
It does.
man.
I know it does.
Sorry to interrupt a
I don't-
good buck
I don't
story,
mind.
but
This is a
that
great story, Charles.
That bow rope,
Cool
pissed
story,
me
bro.
off.
I know. And
I
Lane,
used that thing for like 10 days. It sucked.
Lane will listen to this and he'll be like, "Yeah, I hate Ryan's bowstring. It sucks. It delays it. I'm so slow, dude. I can't help it though. I'm scared to death
man.
to climb up that high. First of all,
Dude, that's up
And
there.
I
then-
am proud of you for getting a stand like that. Proud of you, buddy.
sweating
Bullets.
beyond belief, more than you would know. But then when I'm up there and because we lock in with each other's stands, like I go under his bottom, and it's really neat.
I like it.
And it's like, it makes it a little more comfortable. And then I have a harness. I got to wear a harness or I won't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, of course. Do you ratchet in your top? Do you ratchet strap your top in? Little trick.
My,
your top, your
like
climber.
the stand?
Your climber.
No.
So
I just use the straps and then climb, and that's
you
it.
want to feel really safe?
Mhm.
Bring a little ratchet strap in with you from now on and throw it in a little side pouch. And when you get all the way to the top, hook into both little circles. I don't know how
Oh
you
yeah, I know.
stand.
No, I
Hook into
think I do
each
have this.
circle
Yep.
around,
Mhm.
ratchet yourself in. Dude,
Rock solid.
you go nowhere.
Yeah.
And it will give you so much more confidence. Just the top, of
Yeah.
course, not the bottom.
Right.
You know, but the top, and you could sit up there. You could, you feel so much more confident in your setup
Yeah.
at that point. That
especially
at that height.
I've gotten okay with being up there though.
Yeah.
I mean,
There you
we've
go.
done it. I mean, every time I hunted, I was hunting with him. And
See,
we were
what I
up in a
don't
tree.
like about a climber is, and the reason I got away from them is a lot of times I'd be sitting there, not like the top, but if you think about it, if you're not ratcheted in, you hit the front bar of your top. Like if you got to stand
It's gonna
up,
come out,
and
yeah.
the whole thing falls down to
Yeah.
your bottom, like,
Yeah.
and you're 30 feet in the air.
Right.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, not for
he
me,
kind of, the way that he does it, and I still don't understand how he is that confident that high up in a tree that with something that could potentially go wrong and not be his fault.
right.
I don't get it, but the way that he was showing me how he kind of digs into the tree and
Mhm.
like gets in there real good, and just that in itself, even without the harness, because I climb the tree without my harness.
Yeah.
And then when I get up there and situated, then I strap in,
Yeah.
We need to change that.
which,
We need to change that.
Yeah. But
Because 90% of the accidents that happens when you're climbing up and down the tree. It's not when you're
Right.
in the stand.
I know. That's when I feel the most secure. Is that weird?
When you're up and
When
in.
when I'm climbing and coming down.
Really?
Is that weird?
Yeah, because I've had the close calls that I've had and the scary moments I've had, and I'm strapped in.
Been
I
climbing.
was always strapped in, was going up and down.
Yeah.
You know, you hit a
that's
knot
when
or
I feel
something
the
on the
best.
tree at night and you're coming down, and all of a sudden you hit it, and your stand goes completely sideways and jerks
Yeah.
you.
That happened to me when I
I've
was
slid
hunting by
down
myself.
trees before, couple feet.
Yeah.
I did that the first time I used it.
Did I tell you what happened in Ohio?
Mm-mm.
Tree stand safety 101. Wear your damn safety harness.
Yeah.
We're hunting. The first weekend I was up there, it was Saturday night. My buddy Brubby shot his buck.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing in his stand, just literally with his hands in his pocket or whatever. He's standing there. Bottom platform, like a trap door.
No.
He drops. Safety harness in, strapped in. Boom, hits. He's hanging. But his left arm got like stuck in his top.
Oh no.
And dude, he thought his stand broke. I mean, like literally, he's just standing there, all of a sudden, boom, bottom drops out like that. And he's stuck. He was able to get his arm free. Luckily, Joe was hunting. This was like a huge ordeal.
Yeah.
Joe was hunting a couple hundred yards away down the ridge.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't get his arm free. He had to scream for help
Oh shit.
because he couldn't get to his phone. It was in his left pocket.
Oh shit.
Couldn't get to his phone. So he's like, when it comes down to a point where you have to scream and hope someone hears you, that's a scary
That's
moment.
scary, yeah.
Yeah, it
I was
is.
going to say, that's
You know,
That's
and
when-
Joe heard him.
trouble. That's
And,
just nothing but trouble.
He called Brub. Luckily, Brub was able to free his arm, get his phone out of his pocket, and let him know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we all know when you fall and you're hanging by the safety harness, you are limited on time.
You only have so much time.
You know, and so Joe ran all the way out to his truck. It was like 300 yards. It's freezing cold. Burns his lungs up from
Mhm.
running in the cold. Calls 911. I'm hunting on the ridge, like, I don't know, half a mile away, 3/4 mile away. I hear the sirens and stuff. I didn't know what was going on. I had no clue what was going on. Luckily enough, Brub was able to take his bow off, lower it to the ground. He was able to finagle his other rope down, grab his platform, pull it up because he has it tied. It's tied, but his string's too long between
Yeah.
each piece. Another thing, if you don't have your top with a rope tied to your bottom
It'll
piece,
just drop.
you better do it.
I did.
But make sure it's not too long.
It's one of them stretchy cords.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
It's not like nothing tight, you know. what I
Yeah.
mean?
As long as you can reach
It's
it.
actually on. It's on. Well, I don't know if Lane took it off or not.
Yeah. Make
He was
sure
like,
you
"What's
check.
this for?"
Yeah.
He
And
he
he
just-
was able to get it to a point where he could get it like it was totally cocked sideways, but he was able to get it to a point where he now realized in his head, because initially he thought it broke,
Yeah.
it shattered. When he got it to a point where he could actually stand on it like an edge, and then he knew it wasn't broken. So he was able to get it like pulled up, and he was able to like finagle himself around, get his feet in it, and inch his body, like hugging the tree, and inch his body all the way back up to his top.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, because Joe ran to his truck to get his climber and was going to run up the hill and get to him, but freaking burned up his lungs. He was at the bottom of the hill, like hacking up.
Yeah.
Dude, he hacked up a lung for the
That
next
is not a
3
good
days.
feeling.
He was
Yeah.
insane. You know, and he luckily was okay.
That's crazy.
Rescue came and everything. You know, there was a huge ordeal, like blocked the whole street and everything. It was crazy.
That's nuts.
Freaking
man.
crazy. And here I have footage of me filming the audio of the coyotes howling at the sirens that are going to save Brub.
Oh, no. Oh,
Poor
no.
bro.
I showed him afterwards. I was
Poor
like,
Brubby.
This is
Bro,
what I was doing.
yeah, this is what I was doing while you were fighting for your life.
And he's a seasoned guy.
That's
Yeah.
He's been doing it
crazy.
for a long time.
Seasoned guy. And
That's-
you know what he did?
Hmm.
Climbed a hickory.
You don't climb hickories.
You do not climb a hickory.
See,
And
that's what I need to learn. Is
what
these
I was
trees.
getting to.
I need to figure out these trees.
I'll teach you.
That's what I was getting to. Because Lane knows what he's doing. I'm hoping at this point. I'm guessing. If
He
he
has
climbs
to.
that high, you have to pick the right tree to climb
Yeah.
that high.
Yeah, we
They
haven't.
have to
I don't
be
think
soft
we've picked
trees.
a
Maples,
bad.
poplars,
We've
white
had a
oaks.
couple hard
phenomenal.
ones. We've climbed a couple hard ones, but we don't reach. You know, we're like 25.
Aspens.
Yeah.
There's 2 different types of that. Aspens are really tough. They are hard. You can climb them.
You don't get a good bite.
Red oaks are really hard. You can climb them, but again, be very careful. Watch the size. A big red oak can be dangerous as all hell.
Yeah. See,
Cherry trees are
the
fine,
smaller.
but you got to get through the bark.
Cherries, maples.
Maples are phenomenal.
Yeah, you can
That's
walk into those
choice.
like it's your, like it's
White
your dog.
oaks are unreal. Well, he thought it was a white oak
Mm.
because it was not a shag bark hickory.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
It was just a straight hickory. And he was looking up and like, why does this one not have any leaves on it? But all the other oaks have leaves on it. He climbed perfect size tree and everything.
Yeah.
He thinks what happened is he stood to the back of the platform and it literally just
slid.
went boom
Yep.
straight down the tree. Wear your safety harness. Like if he didn't have a safety harness on, he was 25 feet up in the tree.
Yeah. Yeah, that's freaking scary, man.
Splat.
That's scary.
You know?
That's broken
So,
a lot of things.
Yeah.
On a better note,
Yeah.
my season was good.
Hey, you want to
yeah.
get into your season? you can cut all that depressing shit out. And
Yeah.
it's not depressing.
It's not.
It's
just-
knowledge.
it's
No,
a public
that's-
service announcement.
That needs known.
Yeah.
Wear your
That it
safety
can happen.
harness. Pick
And-
a safe tree.
And identify your trees
Correct.
without the leaves on them.
Yep. I'll
Because-
teach you in scouting season.
Because
There's a lot of trees.
I mean, Lane. I know a few now from Lane and us
Yeah.
climbing a few of them, but
Mhm.
like I don't know. I mean, I know essentially you want to find the softer trees.
Yeah.
I do know that,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know which ones are which.
Yeah.
because
Even a good.
I was
good,
bad in
beech or
biology, man.
Beech are good.
Beech are phenomenal. A lot of
Beech are
beech up
good.
the camp.
Yep.
They're soft. I mean, if you're climbing and you're not getting that
Pick another
bite,
tree.
dude, that's what I've slid down red oaks. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, I make,
Do it in the
sassafras
dark.
too.
Slip in
Sassafras
the
are
dark and
weird.
you'll never climb it.
I make
climber
sure those teeth go into the tree.
Yeah,
I
you
make
want to.
sure of it before I even do it. I literally jump.
I like bounce
Yep.
on it.
I do
Yeah.
all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I set in like I'm going to sit there. Like I'll shake it
Yeah.
to the side. I'll set in and then
Dude,
I'll
if
go.
you ever saw a tree
Dude,
I
but Lane-
climbed,
There's my climber.
Lane just
I haven't
goes,
used it in
that
million
thing
years.
scares me.
That thing's comfy. It doesn't
But
have
it
a
doesn't
seat
even
on it
have
right
like mine has teeth.
Teeth.
Yours
Yeah.
doesn't even have teeth.
No.
that just
Big,
looks like a
but-
hang on.
now. Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
almost does, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of. I've been looking at that thing every time we've recorded in here, and I'm always like, how
It
did
looks
you
really
use
heavy.
that?
It is, and it's loud.
It looks heavy.
I've killed quite a few deer out of that, though.
Oh, dude, I've killed so
I
many
killed that
deer out of
buck
my
I
climber.
killed that buck out of it.
I just gave my climber to Marcus.
Did you? That a boy.
Yeah, he didn't have a tree stand.
He needs
The
it.
dude's like all fired out about hunting, but
Mhm.
I told him like before you use this and get serious about it,
Practice.
we need to go together and I'll show you different trees.
Yep,
You know, and do it right.
I agree.
But man, I don't miss the heavy bulkiness of that climber at all.
No
the
freaking
comfort.
way.
I can sit in there and take naps for days, but I've
Mine's
talked about
not
this
bad.
100 times.
I actually got scared because I don't know what my deal is with my cushion on my climber.
Yeah.
The one side, for some reason, every once in a while likes to give me a little scare, like I'm falling. And the clip, I don't know what it. I honestly don't know what it does. I think it's just how it's sit on the rails. It gets stuck to a certain point, and then so much pressure makes it fall through and go the other side, and you get like this falling
Mhm.
effect, and it scares the shit out of me.
Is yours like a strap with
It
a
has
s-
the- it
like
has
it
the-
has 4 straps?
Yeah, it has the 4 straps
and then
on the
it's a
one
seat,
bar and
like a
yeah.
cushion. Yeah, mine's the same way. What do you know? What kind yours is?
Summit Viper.
Okay, yours
Yeah.
is Summit.
Nice.
Yeah, I always did mine the same thing because mine used to do that too.
It
Sometimes
scared me.
before I sit, I would because they get hung up together.
Yeah.
I would separate them and pull them way out, and then like sit down.
Yeah,
and, like sit
well, that's
back
when it
into
does
them.
it. When I separate it, only the one side does it though. It
That's
like
so weird.
it like the buckle gets stuck because they're like the rectangular shape, you know. So it'll get stuck on that bottom corner, and then after so long, it'll just fall to the bottom,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you get that drop, and I'm like, whoa, shit!
yeah, yeah.
So
that
anyways,
thing's a fucking death
Where
trap,
is your
dude.
seat? By the way, it's missing.
It's somewhere. It's not on there right
It's
now.
not attached. Okay.
Probably in one of my totes or something. To be honest
Yeah.
with you.
All right. So Tanner had a great year. He killed a
Awesome.
phenomenal buck.
Yeah.
Awesome deer.
We measured that buck.
We
on the
did.
way.
We did. It lacked in the brow tines, but
Man, the Browns
I-
killed it.
dude,
What a great buck.
it did.
Anyways,
But I'm
doesn't
proud
matter.
of it.
Great
I
buck.
don't care. We're sitting in second in the
First
Quest
archery.
Cup.
Man.
Just shut up.
Second
Okay.
place.
Actually, that I'm pretty pumped about.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped about that.
It is
I'm not
pretty
gonna lie
cool.
to you
Yeah.
guys.
Lane saved us.
Lane
Doesn't matter. It's all good.
freaking toad.
Yeah, he saved us
Oh,
for sure.
Toad.
Stupid big.
I talk to him all the time. If I would have got the one that I shot first, and he would have got that.
Oh, You would have been walking home with those side by sides.
Dude.
Like they would have just given them to you. Like, you know what, guys?
I think
Take
we would have been
these.
close to 300 inches with them 2 deer combined.
That's crazy.
Close.
Definitely.
Close. Maybe not 300, but I mean, damn
Dude,
close.
I would say you would be pushed. You'd be in
Yeah.
the 290s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
We talk about it frequently, and
I
I
don't know.
watched the video. We watched the video of the
That's a
shot.
stud, dude.
Oh
No! That's all
dude,
right.
I've had encounters with big
That's all
bucks
right.
like that.
Next year, he's mine.
I've never even put arrow to skin.
Unless Lane kills him. Unless Lane kills him,
Yeah,
he's mine next year. Keep the story going.
yeah. I'm
Hopefully,
pumped for
me
you
and
guys.
Lane
I
got
hope-
me and Lane got some big plans. I think for that property, we're gonna put some time in.
You know, I don't understand.
Extra time.
I thought I was friends with Lane too, but the more I listen to you, the less I think he likes me.
Listen, I've never gone hunting with the kid, so
That's true. He might like me this much more.
We have a good bond.
we were supposed to go coyote hunting, but he
It's
never
not fair.
told me.
You guys work together.
We do.
My wife saw you guys the other night. Did you see her? You were in an accident, the two of you.
Oh, the
You
what was that?
she said
Saturday
you,
morning or
yeah,
something.
you guys are just goofing off. Like,
yeah. I like threw my shoulder into him when we were done.
what? Sorry,
It was
Oh, I
fun.
just got poke
Austin.
you.
I like
we
working
kind
with him.
of did. We cover your whole season in the
No.
last episode.
No, not the whole season. But
We didn't.
We covered.
I'll be brief about mine.
Well, you should probably go then.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
That's what I have to do.
I'm still holding strong. You guys, bunch of little.
Oh my god, I got like a
Susies.
thing in my freaking chest, man. No, it was good, man. I didn't get out a whole hell of a lot. I got out enough. I mean, this year my expectations were
More than I thought you would.
more than I thought I would too.
The way you were talking.
I didn't think I was gonna get out, man.
Yeah.
I was able to get out in the early before the. Let's see, eyeballing him,
Oh, sorry. He looked at me.
dude. It's a freaking stud, man. I feel you.
God, I'm so.
I'll never forget the day me and Charles froze, and was it Bird or somebody else? And we're like, man, let's get down. Like, no, Austin's on the other side, and he's seeing all kind of activity.
Oh yeah.
All kinds.
Dude, that was the hunt before I shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
was the
was.
hunt
It was
before.
because I'm like, it's like, get what, 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm like, maybe we should
I didn't start
coming
seeing
down.
him until I texted you
I
guys.
know.
You guys were
I
like, I'm
know.
gonna leave soon. I was like, yeah,
Well,
me
'cause
too.
we saw deer at first light. It was super foggy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that fog covered that whole field up. I saw this deer. It was the funny. I've never had this happen in my life. Deer hunting. There was a deer standing there at the fence row, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a deer. It's like 60, 70 yards. And all of a sudden the fog just ate it. Like just
ate it.
Oh,
freaking
it happened.
ate it.
It happened
I'm
to me
like,
multiple
oh,
times.
there goes that deer. At least I saw one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And then, like,
That was
we're
it,
getting all
man.
discouraged, and we're all the group texting. Charles is like, no, we got to stay. I'm like, why?
Yeah. I'm like, dude, he just saw another buck chasing a doe. We got to stay.
And then, like,
That morning was ridiculous.
yeah,
You
and
kept us in the
it
damn-
was like 20, 30 minutes later. I'm like, all right, let's get down now. No, he just saw
He
another
just
half
saw
rack.
another one. He's chasing the
Every
doe.
time I was like getting ready to get down, another deer would come in, like another doe would come in. She'd turn around, and there was a buck on her.
Automatically extends you a half hour.
I was like, "What is freaking going on, man?" It was just nuts. But
That was a good hunt.
was
for
a good
you.
hunt. That was
That
a really good hunt for
you.
me. That kept me in the. That got my motivation up because until then, man, like 3 or 4 hunts before that, I was sitting skunkers, dude. Absolute skunkers. And you know, after I killed my buck, I only went out 2 more times and I shot a doe. But I have 6 doe tags left. Planning on filling those bad boys. I'm planning on having a great rest of the season. Probably not going to be able to hunt next year as much as I do this year because I'm going to be a dad next year.
What?
What?
On the podcast.
On the This fucking guy.
At the end of this year, man, I'm going to have to try and hit it hard. So
Holy
it's going to be
shit.
crazy.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
come on.
Yeah, get that drink.
A little drink,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Congrats,
Drink.
brother. Clink,
It's
clink.
going to be freaky,
Jesus.
man.
Cheese and
It's going to
What
be
a
freaky.
bombshell.
rice.
Holy crap.
I've been holding that from you guys for so fucking long. It's terrible.
Can't even breathe
I'm
right
in-
now.
What
I
a
am-
bombshell.
I know, right?
I'm so glad I was here.
Right?
Well,
insane.
That's insane!
It's a good one!
I'll start printing podcast partner applications.
Oh, no. That's still
We are
happening.
taking applications.
No, I'm still gonna hunt next year. Don't you worry. But it's just gonna be. It's gonna be limited. It's gonna be limited.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Congrats, man.
It's all
Yeah,
good. Thanks, man.
that's
Appreciate
wild.
it.
It's
I'm
exciting.
excited.
You can't
I'm
drop it on.
excited.
I mean, you did. You
I
did
had to
drop
drop
it
it
on
on
a
you
podcast.
Just did it.
You know what's
one at
funny?
the
So
world's
you
not even
can't
gonna
do
know
that?
for
Oh, he
weeks.
did it.
You know
He
what's
did it.
funny? Your wife found out 10 minutes ago.
She just texted me.
No shit.
I told her not to tell you.
Did she tell you?
Brooke dropped the bomb.
See how loyal
on
she
him
is.
tonight too.
No.
Oh.
She said, oh my God. I said, what? She said, I have heartburn.
Oh,
Good
man.
story.
Cool story, bro.
Nah.
But yeah, that's it.
Wow, man.
That's my season. I'm excited for the rest of it. Gotta make it
Yeah,
count.
we got to fill that freezer.
Gotta make it count.
Well, I mean, you got to keep the baby healthy.
Should
Yeah,
we take a swig of something?
A little
Oh,
slappy.
cannonball.
Slappy?
Slappy. Cannonball around the room.
Dude, the look
You
on
wanna-
all your fucking faces
You
was
want to do the
hysterical.
honors?
Thanks, man.
Starting us off with a little slappy of some crown.
I was looking at the floor and I just went, oh,
Oh, I love that.
This guy was just peeing, and all of a sudden, like,
I'll come into that.
I know, right?
what?
It's crazy. It's gonna be different, but
No shit.
not
Obviously.
until June. Not until June.
Oh, June 26th.
June 7th.
Oh,
June
make it
26th
July
is my
23rd.
birthday.
Yeah,
June
get July.
26th
Just
is
tell
my
her to keep it
birthday.
in there. Just tell her to keep
Hey,
it in there. It'll
July
be good.
4th.
Not that far.
Do it.
July 4th,
I
America.
said June 6th. That's
July's-
so far away.
July's
You said
a good
7th.
month.
What did you say?
26th. That ain't bad.
Hey.
They don't
July.
let you. They don't let you go that late anymore. That's the
yeah,
problem.
No, they don't.
They're like, it's coming out
Yeah.
June 7th.
So I might not be fishing as much as I was last year.
Unbelievable! I need a new
Yeah.
partner. For
Are they
Bass
doing
Challenge.
that? Are they doing that thing
Oh,
again?
Absolutely.
they've been
Absolutely.
pumping it up.
Yeah.
I need to remind Walt to shut the hell up. It's deer season still. And he's like, I know, but I'm still thinking about it. I'm like,
I'm going to try and talk him into doing it a little bit earlier.
Dude, honestly, that's like the only fishing
that'll
I
hurt
did.
us, but
That's
me
like-
too.
I didn't. I took my boat out like 6 times. That's it. I did one tournament, or yeah, 1, 2.
Yeah,
I'm still going to be fishing. Don't worry.
I honestly, after that ended, I may have went walleye fishing a couple times. You have a pen or something? Give me it. Come on.
It's a dangerous
measuring tape.
Find a way to make some noise.
He's sorry.
Give me it. Give me it.
When was your first desk pop?
Oh, my bad. By the way.
Oh, man.
That's funny. Oh man, not
Oh,
pop
give it
fishing.
slappy.
No, slappy.
Oh man,
Oh,
little
man.
cannonball around the room.
No cannonball.
Well,
Did you get a cannonball?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
What else is a good topic for?
well,
We're
I
at
mean,
like time right now, pretty much.
well, yeah, but rifle
We're
season's
talking
I can
coming
let
up.
this go a little bit. I can let it go a little bit.
Yeah,
Let's talk about rifle season.
I think we should, because at least 2 of us here.
What to expect? What you're gonna do? Let's hear it. I want to know.
That's kind of what I was saying. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first?
I
You
have
wanna lead us
6
off?
doe tags.
Dude,
not-
I got
Doe
5.
tags.
Let's go, kill.
You know.
Let's go kill.
Let's go.
So first week though, you can't even hunt.
I can actually. I can
Okay.
go to Moraine.
Oh, you have
got
Moraine?
D-map.
I got a D. Well, I got
nice.
3 D maps.
We gotta watch.
I got 2
throwing
D-maps.
that D word out on the podcast. You know, it's
People
kind of
know
a
about
secret.
it.
I know they
They don't know what
doubled-
area I'm in.
They doubled the DMAP
I heard
permits
that.
for my camp this
Heard that.
year,
Mhm.
and it went out
Up the
in
mountains,
an
it's bad. It's
hour.
Quick.
People started
Mhm.
figuring it out
4 in
because
the morning. I was like almost dead last.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
it was the
Some of
next
DMAP.
morning at their place.
that's-
Your dad was
you're
telling
gone.
me. He's like, you could have did it at noon the next day. I was like, what?
because there were so many.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
unheard of.
usually they're gone.
When
that
I
night.
found out the next day, I thought I was done,
yeah,
but I could have.
could have get 20. Allegheny National Forest or something
Yeah.
too, but
I
yeah,
got-
dude.
I
So
got
you
3
guys are going to
different
be
ones.
hunting in that first week, trying to fill some freezer meat.
I might.
Yeah.
I might do more pushing, but I think
I'm planning on
pushing
helping
for
you
some
guys
buck hunters.
Yeah.
What about Geoff? He's the last one of your teammates that needs to get it done.
Listen, I'm down. If I can get off work, the work right now is I took so much off in archery season because I was me and Lane. Lane got me fired up. I was dedicated
Yeah.
hunting partner with him and wanting to get stuff on film. But if I'm able to in the afternoons, at least the last hour, I can finagle something. But that first Saturday of doe, we're gonna take Danielle's son behind the house and hopefully try and
Yeah, that's
Try
cool.
to do like
That's
a
awesome.
mentor
just to have him there, just to experience
okay,
it.
okay.
Because I mean, I don't have a gun for him that he can shoot yet.
Gotcha.
He's 5, so I mean,
I have a
we
gun that
gotta-
you can shoot.
we got to work him into it.
Yeah.
But
We're talking about that too with my 11-year-old nephew. I didn't even realize he was 11. Holy shit.
Who?
yeah,
Johnny. Little
No, he's
Johnny.
not.
Yeah, that's what my
Holy
dad
shit.
said. He's like, he's 11 years old at the time. He's about to start hunting.
yeah.
He wanted to do a mentored youth, have him fill. But, so my dad still has a buck tag. He doesn't have any doe tags left. So he can come with me and fill my doe tag up to camp.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
told him.
absolutely.
I told him
I
already.
go way back in. That's the
I
only
told him
problem.
already that the crossbow's his for next year. So we're gonna
Yeah.
try and get him a doe next year, hopefully,
Awesome.
or a buck.
Cool.
If a cool buck comes in, and he wants to shoot it. I'd let him shoot it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Dude, that'd be worth it.
I'll probably.
That'd be so worth
I
it.
can't wait to go up to the mountains the first weekend. I'll probably go with my cousins maybe Saturday and definitely head over on Monday.
What do you mean Saturday? Saturday's first day.
I might go to my cousins. I've been
Well,
going up there.
Thought we had a plan. You can go up there Sunday.
All right, you're right.
You off Monday?
Right. Yeah.
I'm off Monday.
Yeah.
So you can go Saturday with us.
What about Monday?
We need to get on the damn board with some horns.
You're
dude.
right.
you
You're right.
do.
You're right.
I'm actually
Sunday, you go over there with. Are you trying to hunt over there? Because you never
No,
hunted
I
with
was just
them
gonna
before,
party.
right? That's what I'm trying to say.
You need to get your priorities straight.
Yes, you
You
need to get-
agreed to be on this team.
Yeah, this is a team effort, dude. We're getting our freaking balls
And-
kicked in.
My shoulders hurt.
Also, had a good talk with Uncle Tom. He's fired up.
Oh, for
I saw
first
him
weekend?
at Los Amigos.
Yeah, for
and,
first weekend,
yeah,
he's fired up. He's got 3 doe tags. He's like, I'm killing shit.
He said he wants to put on some drives.
we are.
Yeah.
Oh, we are. First weekend.
Well, listen, as of right
Yeah.
now, I'm off. Technically, I don't think I have the days for it, but as of right now, my name is listed for off the first Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you need, are you going to be local or are you just talking up the mountains?
Mountains Monday.
First weekend?
No, the first Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday's mountains.
The first Monday,
Buck.
I'll be up my camp.
Buck
yeah,
season.
for buck season because I
Okay.
have 1 doe tag and I have a buck tag up there.
Okay. Well, I was going to say
I'm pretty much
Save
buck
that doe
hunting.
tag.
I'm buck hunting
if you do
because I want to muzzle
local,
it
Flintlock.
up there. Yeah.
if you do local, I was going to say I'll keep my name on the list to be off, and then I'll come and just run around.
I probably won't do anything local until the first weekend, if that. And then I think the last weekend I'm gonna, first weekend of doe season.
Yeah.
And then that last weekend, I'm going to maybe try to get that Friday off and go up and hunt Friday, Saturday to end the season. Because late up there, too, after the first day rush kind of comes in and it goes away,
Yeah.
dude, we see some deer. I
They
mean,
start kind of
Oh, yeah.
filtering back in. a little
they
bit.
do a little bit. They start becoming deer
Yeah.
a little more and less, rats as they turn into.
We're going to push everything the first
Well,
Saturday.
listen,
I
that
can't
first
wait.
the first
Oh,
week,
I
if you
can't
want
wait.
somebody to push, I'll.
See,
if I can.
I'm not even thinking of this as I still have a buck tag in my pocket. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
even thinking that. You
It's
know what I mean?
freezer
It's-
filling
yeah.
time.
I'm not going to
That's
lie.
what I
For
mean.
me,
Like you're talking pushing. I'm thinking, I'll help push for people. Then I'm thinking, man, I got a buck tag. I got to
Yeah.
fill.
You got a buck
for
tag.
me,
We'll see how that
archery,
first weekend.
archery season is the time
Let
to
me know.
sit. Rifle's the time to move.
Yeah, me and Sam are gonna go back in.
Yeah, you can't sit.
I
To
can't sit in
a-
rifle,
I
man.
can barely sit in archery. I told
Yeah.
Lane, I was like, dude, let's just go stalk him. He's like,
Yeah.
and he's the same way though. That's
Yeah.
that's like the best part is like we will try and sneak. Like there was a couple days where we were on the ground trying to sneak through some brush and actually could have potentially got a shot if they're on a big deer, but he was like 60 yards away. But practice makes perfect, and
how
that's
many,
what
how
we
many
did.
balloons we popped this year at 60 yards?
Yeah. And I got
A lot of them.
and that was with I had a different sight, so now I got my sight that actually has my dial and
You're not
everything,
even
and-
guessing.
yeah.
What'd you go with? What'd you get? Spot hog.
No, I got a trophy ridge, $70.
Sweet.
I got the
I
it's
like
a
that
trophy
trophy
ridge
ridge.
pursuit.
Trophy ridge.
It's
Yeah.
cheap. It's a cheaper. It's the bottom of the barrel almost. I think there's one below it,
Apex.
but dude, it's phenomenal. It sucks the way you have to adjust it. It's a little bit more finagling
Yeah.
than a dial, but dude, if you get it, and
Man.
the only thing I'm scared of when I'm shooting with my bow is like one day in the yard I'll shoot really well at the spots that I mark. The next day it'll be different. So I know it's me, and I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to
Yeah.
dial it in,
Yeah.
but there's times where I don't know. And the tape that I got on my dial
Yeah.
is off. It doesn't match up with where I'm actually hitting. So
Okay.
I just drew like marker lines.
Oh man.
But I know.
But you got to make do.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
balling on a budget here.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. I know where I'm at, so I guess that's a good thing. But 60 yards, I was hitting pretty good. I had like a 4-inch group.
That's not bad.
At a,
That's good.
not all the time, but
Yeah.
more than not.
Yeah.
I guess you can say.
It's tough. I mean, to make a 60-yard shot at a living animal that can
Yeah.
move and do a lot of
That's
things.
tough.
There's a lot that can happen.
Really, really
in
Yeah,
that time.
I wouldn't personally do it.
I would have did it.
it.
Well, he was
You know, in a
sparring with another
field-
buck.
Oh, really?
So his attention was
Yeah. He wasn't aware.
yeah, but there was a doe in between us, and she was
Yeah.
on us, and so. But
Hmm.
yeah, dude. Oh
So,
my god, I want to go and shoot a A monster.
You already shot your buck, okay?
I know.
And Chuckles, this will be the first time Joey's had a buck tag in a while.
That's a good point, too.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of...
You're talking more buck hunters. There's a
gonna
bunch.
be a lot more of aggressiveness going on.
So how many Livians have tags left? It's you,
All three of us.
Forletta, and then Joe?
Joe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe.
Oh, boy,
you
you
need
have
to
some
find that
opportunities.
deer.
Dude,
You need
we
to
gotta
find that deer.
it. We have to find it.
And I don't know if you know, but the same week, he shot at a 10-point in Ohio.
Yeah.
On public.
You might have told me that. I don't remember.
He
I
shot
think it was in
talked
two
about it.
10
No,
points.
that was first.
Two 10
he
points.
said 9 point, but probably 10. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah, we went down to Ohio
That
the
deer's
weekend
dead,
before.
probably.
Oh, that deer's dead. But we went down to Ohio the weekend before, and when I was setting up the stand, the deer were coming in trying to
the
fight
same week,
in front
though.
of me. It got crazy. Yeah, like it was
Less than a week.
insane. It was insane. It was a Sunday. We went to Ohio. You know, it was absolutely absurd. He shot a buck. He grunted a buck in. He saw cruising, grunted him in. You know, he had him at like 25 yards with a couple twigs in front, and he tried to basically use the loft of his arrow carry over the twigs into the deer. Don't know what happened.
It was later light, right?
That's so
Last
much.
light?
No,
There's
it
so
was
much
2
detail.
o'clock.
2.
It was 2
That's too much
o'clock.
to think about.
Especially at 25 yards, your arrow is very flat at
It's
25
pretty flat.
yards.
It's not arcing.
You know, he said the twig was like halfway between him and the deer, and it was like a little tiniest twig. But we shoot mechanical broadheads. It's tough.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what happened. He kind of rushed a shot. The only thing we can think is he hit him forward and grazed the brisket because there was a bunch of white fur and very, very, very. I mean, there was little blood that we could.
Was it fatty?
The whole arrow
That
was
could
covered.
be belly or it could be brisket, but it makes me think brisket.
But the reason we rolled belly out was the back part of his body was not exposed when he shot.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and the arrow was just covered in that white, greasy fat,
Yeah. Brisket.
and there was white fur. So we think bottom of the chest cavity below the leg or front of the
That
brisket.
big goober right there.
Yeah, and he saw a little like a whole hunk of meat
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. That deer's probably fine.
The deer's probably fine. You know,
Yeah.
we called a tracking a guy that tracks with the blood tracking dogs, and you know, he basically he was too busy regardless. He had like 4 tracks lined up,
Oh, man.
and he was like, "That deer's fine." He said, "I'm not going to tell you to not track them because if you hit gut, you know, usually there's gut in the blood." And he's telling me there's no gut in the blood. I'm going to say it was probably brisket, and that deer's going to be fine.
Yeah.
You know, and then less than a week later, he's off on vacation hunting PA, and he has a buck go right underneath him and shoves an arrow down into his back.
Yeah.
And we tracked that deer for, give or take,
A long
conservatively,
way.
I tracked it from
2
a mile and a half. It was
miles.
out of control.
You know, 2 miles. And the deer the whole time was just acting like ruddy. He bedded probably close to 10 different times.
Yeah. It's weird.
A
A lot of blood. There's good blood.
There was really
Yeah.
good blood throughout the entire track. Towards the end, we were just basically tracking pinpricks in the snow and footprints. And then he hit a logging road that the turkeys had been through, and we lost this track. And that was the
Mangled
last
it.
spot we called a blood tracking dog locally.
Yep.
And basically, they told him that the deer was going to live, which looking at the trail cam photo that he got from a guy, that when you guys were tracking that deer, you walked right past this guy hunting.
We ruined his hunt.
Ruined his hunt. The guy
hardcore.
was hunting on the edge of a field over a decoy and must have just got in there after his buck had gone through, like literally right through his setup.
We
The buck
went right past him and we popped out in the field and we're like,
And that same guy ended up sending Joe a picture from his trail cam. So Joe left a message, like a note on the guy's trail cam, because they obviously tracked the deer right past it.
we did. We were like,
Yeah, like, hey, you know, if you see my deer comes up, can you send it to my whatever phone?
Yeah.
I don't know what he said,
yeah, I
but
don't either.
he sent it to him. And the guy finally checked his trail camera and had a picture, and you could see the arrow sticking out of it.
Yeah.
And it looks like he hit him further back than he initially thought.
Kind of looks a little high, but it depends on the angle,
He was
I
straight
guess.
down.
Okay.
He
Well,
shot
then never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why it is in high,
I don't
the deer,
like that shot.
I don't either. I shot a doe this year like that, and I hit the heart, and she went
Smoked it.
10
I shot that
yards.
buck
You did it the way
almost
you're
straight
supposed
down.
to.
Right. I did it the way, and I had a better angle because I wasn't as high either. He was real high up in the tree.
At least 25 he
At
was.
least.
Yeah.
And the deer was right underneath him. And when he shot straight down on him, he had one shot opportunity and he took it and he favored the left hand side. In my opinion, I tried to tell them to wait longer and, because at the best there, you're getting one lung. Even if he puts it in where he wants to put it in, if you didn't get the heart, if that deer's not dead in the first 200 yards, dude, you're in for a long track job.
Right.
Well, you got to figure. I mean, at least it made us feel good about seeing that picture. I mean, we started tracking a few hours. It was closer to 2 o'clock by the time we started. In that camera, he passed at 11:15 after he shot at 11.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we didn't get there for about an hour. So I mean, it was already 3 o'clock by the time we even caught up to
Right.
that camera.
That's tough, man. But
You're
anyways,
already talking 5 hours.
yeah. So I mean, maybe he'll redeem in rifle season. I don't know what his
season.
or late. I don't know what his plans are. We both still have Ohio tags as well.
He took a lot of vacation
He
during
did.
the rut.
He did, so he's
We'll
going to
see.
be limited.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm going deep. Sam and I are going in with saddles.
He's going in deep, baby.
We're going in deep, man. We're going in with saddles, and we're going down into a deep creek bottom.
Yep.
Where when he was there in bear season, he was there a lot towards the end of rifle or archery. There was a lot of deer filtering down into that creek bottom, and he saw a Goonie Gaga.
A Goonie Gaga.
He saw a Goonie Gaga down there at 20 yards at full draw. Did
I
not
like it.
release the arrow.
Also,
Unreal.
didn't Johnny
Unreal.
just had 2 good years in a row, technically seeing deer?
Yeah, I mean that's not really the same area that
But I mean,
that
just
I'm planning on
up
going,
camp,
but
I mean,
we've seen big bucks in
Yeah.
there
That's crazy.
in rifle season, couple years in a row. John missed one last year. But dude, we're gonna basically see.
It's going to be a Pennsylvania rifle season.
Dude, we're
Yeah,
kind of
it
going
feels
opposite
good.
though.
Feels good.
Like we're not. Usually, I walk around. I'm that guy that I'll go sit first light for an hour, then I'll go walk around.
Right. That's a PA.
That's
Just
PA.
do it, buddy.
I'm
Do
not.
it.
Come on. I'm
Man.
putting this saddle on. I'm going 2 sticks up.
Go and get it.
And I am going to sit back to back with Sam. He's going to look one edge down the ridge one way. I'm going to look over the peak of the ridge the other way, and we're going to hunt.
Get
I like
after
it. I like it.
Yeah.
Get after it.
We're
boys.
hoping someone push. And I know Sam's mentality. We don't see shit happening. We're going to get
We're
up
gonna
and we're
boogie.
going deep. We're
You
going
have to.
deeper.
It's rifle season.
Rifle season,
Western
man.
Pennsylvania, move them.
Yep. Get them
Yeah.
moving.
I like it.
Get them moving.
Proud of all you guys so far this year. Been a great year. I know you didn't get out as much. You're going to get out more. I know you are.
oh, I'm going to be off pretty much all rifle season. So
Well,
yeah.
just go out every day. Then.
Oh,
You got high expectations for you. Hoping
I got a couple days to get it done, man.
it's good. It's gonna happen.
I'm calling it 5 hunts. I
Mhm.
got 5 hunts in rifle
Let's go.
season.
that's pretty
To
good.
get it done, and that is
I
more
like
than
it.
enough
Yeah.
for me.
You, I'm gonna grab you one day. We're gonna go.
Let's go.
We're gonna go murder some does.
Let's go, dude. I'm
It's
ready.
gonna be good.
Thought that was going in
The
a whole
D's
different
ready
direction.
too. Danielle's ready to go and
See?
lay the smackdown
I'll pick
on
you
one.
both up. Let's go. We're gonna
We'll
go murder some
We'll
does.
go and just
It'll be good.
we can go. There's a couple different places we can go.
Get
First
some
Saturday,
mannies.
it's going down.
I'm excited,
Yeah.
boys. I'm excited.
Yeah, heck
Second
yeah.
Saturday, I guess.
Where can we find you?
Northern Outcast Outdoors and R10512.
Where can we find you?
I don't know. Whitetail Distraction Podcast, baby.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where can we find you?
Just go there because I like you guys.
You can find me at the same place. It's all good.
Yeah, I don't know my actual handles.
It's
We
all
could
good.
actually.
They're on
if
the
you look
site.
If you look at one person's post, you can
They're
find
tagged.
all of us.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
You can find all of us.
You can
Exactly.
find us all.
Either way, you're gonna find us all.
It doesn't
You can
take
find
a
us all.
lot of effort. We're about to measure my biggest buck
I
up.
like it. I can't wait.
I'm pumped.
We're done.
Let's do it, man.
141 and 3
Hot
8.
wire.
Ooh.
138 and 2 A's.
All right, do you over
I'm
under?
going
over under.
39 and 3/8.
You know what? I'm gonna go above Chuck.
Oh, snap.
So I
Okay.
might win,
Yeah, might.
technically.
We'll see. I don't know if he's going to hit the 40s, guys.
Well, I'm
We'll
just
see.
gonna bank on it, okay?
All right. I'd like to see it, but he shrunk.
Well,
He shrunk. He
usually
did technically. He lost a
usually-
little.
Yeah.
until next week.
It was
But
like
now we're going to go until we're all tagged out.
Oh,
Ooh.
dude. The distraction is real.
Buddy.
Boy, is it real.
Distraction is real.
It is so real.